I think when I'm looking at these head coaches, I'm looking for something where I picture if I was a GM, how are they making my life easier? And so the reason why I put Kyle Shanahan at 2 is I think he just gives leeway to the front office, to your personnel department. Because we're going to talk about all these other. We're debating will Bill Belichick ever even win a playoff game without Tom Brady? Right. Can he even win a playoff game with Mac Jones? Where I feel like if all the rumors before the draft were true and Kyle Shanahan and the Niners just drafted Mac Jones and he's played the last 3 years, they're in the NFC Championship the way they were these last couple of years. So I think Kyle Shanahan's secret weapon is creating offense despite the quarterback historically. And then when you do get him the right quarterback, you should be in the Super Bowl or, knocking down the door for a championship.
Well, So you have, and Kyle Shanahan is probably in the Andy Reid spectrum of these head coaches, but you have these guys, if you're thinking about it in a CEO terms, you've got the broad direction thing, you've got the culture thing, but you probably have a third dimension, which is, have you got such a sort of a system, a scheme?
Schematic advantage.
Yeah, like have you got a system that is just better than everybody else, right? And if you're that type of coach, and I think that's where Shanahan fits in, you don't necessarily need to have the greatest culture in the world or, the direction, I guess, is a slightly nebulous term, but like Andy Reid feels like he's had an offensive system that's worked for, decades. And that's been the driving force of his success, and everything else follows off that. Kyle Shanahan feels like he's in that bucket where the biggest thing he's bringing to the table is his offense, which just dominates and has been consistently able to dominate and keep coming back and evolve, and that's a big thing as well. So if you're going to be that guy, the biggest strength you can bring to the table is that evolution. Make sure that you don't get found out, right? And be able to keep having remain at the cutting edge of your schematic advantage. And that, I think, is Kyle Shanahan's true superpower is he's been doing this, like Matt Ryan's MVP season was 2016, right? Yep. So we're talking like 7 years of this system not being figured out, to the point where last year it was at its best with Mr. Irrelevant running it. Like that's how good this system is right now. So that is what makes Kyle Shanahan great, is he's just bringing a better system to the table than anybody else right now.